Hey guys, it's Melanie. Today I'm going to share with you my cleaning routine and also do a little bit of a share the love type video and let you guys know of some channels that have really inspired me to get my house in order and develop a cleaning routine for myself and just really kind of generally like motivate me to make my house like more efficient and just run and work a little bit better for all of us. So this has been a really kind of big thing in the back of my mind, especially since we started the big remodel project downstairs at the beginning of this year. It has definitely changed my view of my house a lot more. When we were going through initially and cleaning everything out and like putting things in boxes, I did a pretty decent sized purge and took a couple of loads of kitchenware things, decor items, knickknacks, quite a few things to Goodwill and just donated all of that stuff. Now that I think back on it, it would have probably been smarter for me to maybe like try to sell those things on Craigslist, because I definitely took some nicer things to Goodwill that I probably could have sold. But I mean, you know, hindsight is 2020. At the time, I was just needing to get this stuff out of the house so that we could rip all the floors out, repaint everything, and just get that huge project started. So anyway, that was kind of the catalyst for me to like really start thinking about the way that we utilize each of the spaces in our house, what we really need, what we can finally get rid of that like we don't use anyway. And this is going to be really an ongoing project for me, and I'm going to be sharing quite a bit of this stuff with you guys throughout the year, because I think that everyone can sometimes use a little bit of like a push or a motivation to go through and tidy up their house so that it just works better for you. Because there's nothing worse than coming home to your own house and literally just going, ugh, when you walk in, you know, like it feels cluttered or it feels disorganized or it just feels like a hot mess. Like that's honestly the worst, because your house is where you come to relax and wind down, and it's supposed to be your happy place, right? So anyway, I'm gonna share my journey with you guys this year. I'm not doing all of this stuff all at once because one, that would be really overwhelming for me. Two, it would probably be really expensive to do everything all at once. And three, it's just not my personality type to like just get it all done within like a super quick time frame. I think for me, I need to see how things are currently working and then really think out the changes that I want to make for each space and then kind of go from there. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get started by just doing the quick share the love and mention 3 channels that really have helped me get motivated for all of this stuff. The first one is Jen over at How Jen Does It, and I will of course link these channels down below. Now, most of these channels are probably pretty well known. I think all of them are either like at right around 100,000 subscribers or in 2 of the cases, I think they're over 100,000 subscribers. So some of you may actually know of these ladies, but How Jen Does It is a channel that I started watching about, I think I've probably been watching her for a good year now. And she just recently moved into a new house and they were remodeling the house. And that's really kind of, I think, why I was initially drawn to her, is like, you know, they were doing a lot of these things in their house on their own, just like Craig and I were. And so, you know, it's a slow process when you do that. But Jen is just really neat, very tidy. She gives a lot of really great ideas for how to live a more minimalist, but still like, you know, happy and like comfortably, if that makes sense. You know, she's slowly putting her house together. She's not just buying a bunch of things at once and sticking them in there and then regretting half of the purchases. She really takes her time with things, and that's something, you know, that I definitely picked up from her and have taken to heart. And that is, you know, that you don't always have to buy everything all at once. Like, use what you have. If it doesn't work for you, you know, slowly start to eliminate those things, but just don't like go to Home Goods one day and spend like $2,000 on stuff and then bring it home and then realize like 6-7 months down the road that like half the stuff you're like not really into anyway. So I really appreciate that about her. She has a lot of really good organizational ideas. She utilizes a lot of things from the dollar store, which I think is great because that makes it really affordable. But, you know, and she's just very like informative. Like her videos tend to sometimes be a little bit longer, but they're very informative. Next is, I believe her name is Catherine from Do It on a Dime. Her videos are much quicker. They are like quick bursts of like information and ideas, which is wonderful when I'm on a little bit of a time crunch. And she utilizes a lot of things from the dollar store as well. Like she takes things from the dollar store that I would never think to like actually buy and use. And she creates these really great like organizers out of them. And she's great because her house is a little bit smaller, and so space is really important to her, and you know, finding really good storage is important to her. And that's kind of important to us here at this house, because while we have a decent sized house for the three of us, we still all have a lot of things, even though I've purged quite a bit, and we need to like, you know, find good storage solutions for the things that we have. And she just always gives me really good ideas for that. And then the last channel is one that I discovered a little bit more recently, and it's At Home with Nikki. And Nikki is, her house is beautiful. I would say if there is like a style that I would love to emulate in my own home, it's her style. It's very clean, very stylish, very like just well put together. Like when you look at her house and the remodel projects that they've done in their house, like it's just so easy to like get motivated and to think like, wow, if she and her husband did this, then we can do this too. And she just has such wonderful, like beautiful storage ideas. Like she also does a lot of shopping at like Target, TJ Maxx, Home Goods, and utilizes a lot of the storage solutions from those spaces, which are also still really affordable. They're a little bit more expensive than the dollar store, but some of those solutions are better for more visible spaces, but they just make sense. And everything is so neat and tidy in her home. And that's really kind of, I could never get it to the level that she has it, but if I can get to that point, like kind of like halfway to that point, I think I would be pretty happy. So if you've not checked out any of those channels, I will list them down below for you. They've really been very motivating for me. And I mean, I could spend hours watching, especially Nikki's videos, because she just, like I said, has like that same sense of style that I really tend to gravitate towards. So check out those ladies down below. And then let's talk about my cleaning routine. So this was something that I actually came up with back in December and wanted to talk about during Vlogmas, but just kept putting it off because I was like, well, this is kind of a boring topic, but it's honestly a really important topic because it's really easy to get overwhelmed with your housework. At least it is for me. I only have one child, and like, I can barely keep up with like that one kid. A lot of you have multiple children and it really does help to have like a system in place that you can like look back on and say, okay, every Monday I should be doing this. You know, at least once a month I should be doing this. And it just sort of like helps me like stay on top of cleaning and keeping things tidy, you know, without getting overwhelmed. So I went ahead and just made these notes on my phone actually, so that I could refer back to it. I usually always have my phone with me. So if I'm ever downstairs and I'm like, crap, what am I supposed to be doing on Monday? I can very easily pull this up and see what it is I'm supposed to be doing on a Monday. So I'm just gonna run through this really quickly, and then, you know, if I need to elaborate a little bit more, but it's pretty straightforward. And, you know, you would obviously customize something like this for yourself because you might not need to do quite as much laundry as Craig and I do. So you might not need to do it every other day, whereas we have to do it every other day. So, you know, just kind of keep that in mind. But here's what has been working for me. So on Monday, I always clean the kitchen. And when I mean like cleaning the kitchen, I mean loading the dishwasher, unloading the dishwasher, washing the sink out, wiping down all the counters, wiping down the stainless steel. You know, I have I do have a video from Vlogmas where I talk about my favorite like cruelty-free house cleaners. I will link that video down below if you missed that one, because those are all of the things that I use in my kitchen. So just kind of wiping everything down. You know, I'm not necessarily going into the like oven to clean it or like into the microwave. If there's like, you know, some random spills that are easy enough and quick enough to clean up, I will certainly do that. But it's not like that includes like the deep heavy cleaning, like cleaning out the refrigerator and the freezer and all the cabinets and all of that stuff. That comes as part of a monthly chore. So, and I divide that up for myself as well. So cleaning the kitchen is something that I do basically every single day of the week. So Monday, clean the kitchen, vacuum the downstairs. I have a rug down there that I use my regular vacuum cleaner on. And then I also have a vacuum cleaner that I use on the hardwoods. And I just go from all the way from the bathroom, the guest bathroom downstairs, to the front door. And that covers the entire downstairs. And then oftentimes I will also like vacuum up our hardwood stairs as well, because I'm just there and I might as well. Then I always do at least one load of laundry on Monday, at least one. Sometimes I'll do two, just kind of depends. And then I tidy up the living room. And what I mean by tidying up the living room, it's taking all of Stella's toys back upstairs to her room. It's, you know, like vacuuming off the couch if there's crumbs on it. It's, you know, straightening out lampshades, basic things like that. So once I have those projects done, then mostly everything is like, it looks tidy, it's pretty clean, it's pretty good to go. And then I can go on and do, you know, work for my business, or I can do YouTube things, or whatever else I want to do the rest of the day. I try to only keep my like actual cleaning of the house to a maximum of 2 hours each day, because I feel like if I do more than that, then I go crazy. Like I can't spend the entire day cleaning. So, you know, and when I'm doing the laundry and stuff, I'm trying to like also fold it at the same time. So I try to include that in that 2 hours, or sometimes I will save the laundry for when Craig and I are watching TV together at night after we put Stella to bed. That's kind of a good time to do that too, because it only takes me about like 5-10 minutes to fold a load of laundry. I've gotten pretty quick with it. Tuesday, again, I clean the kitchen, then I vacuum the upstairs, then I clean all of the bathrooms. So that is like wiping down the toilets, wiping down the sink, you know, like mopping the floors with a steam mop in the upstairs bathrooms. And then since downstairs we have hardwoods, there's a special floor cleaner I use for that. And then again, I tidy up the living room. So again, no more than 2 hours. Each bathroom usually takes me about 20 minutes to do. So that's kind of the most time-consuming project on each Tuesday. But that way the bathrooms are cleaned at least once a week. I definitely do like spot cleaning from time to time, like cleaning toothpaste off of like, you know, the counter in Stella's bathroom or on our like faucets and things like that. Sometimes I'll do that like other days of the week, but sometimes not. Wednesday, again, cleaning the kitchen. So there's that constant. And then I vacuum the downstairs again. And then I tidy up the living room. And then on Wednesdays, I also include a monthly chore. And I'll let you know what those monthly chores are here in a little while. Thursday, again, I clean the kitchen. Then I go vacuuming upstairs again. We do have a dog and a cat. And so vacuuming needs to happen basically every other day, either upstairs or downstairs. So that's why I kind of alternate that. And then on Thursdays, I do another couple loads of laundry if they need to be done. And then once again, tidy up the living room. Friday, clean the kitchen, tidy the living room, vacuum the downstairs, and then mop the downstairs. And I use the term mop kind of loosely because we have hardwoods. So there's a special cleaner and a special cloth that I use. I'll usually vacuum up all of like the dust bunnies or whatever first. So cleaning the floors prior to mopping them is part of that. And then Saturday, do the kitchen, tidy the living room, do some laundry, and then do another monthly chore. On Sunday, again, clean the kitchen, tidy the living room, and then change and wash all of our bed linens. So it's only 2 beds that we have, unless I'm tossing in the guest bed, in which case that would be 3. but that usually goes pretty quickly. So every Sunday we change the sheets, wash those, and you know, like get the bed ready to go for the week again. So monthly chores. So this includes things like dusting, windows, like washing all the windows in the house, cleaning out our closets and our drawers, like, you know, taking care of getting rid of clothes that need to go, or editing down our towels, you know, and just getting rid of things that we need to get rid of. Cleaning up Stella's room, usually once a month. She's in charge of keeping her room somewhat tidy herself, but at least once a month I will go in there with her and we go through all of her toys, things that are broken, go into the garbage. I usually will try to sneak a couple of toys that she's no longer playing with out of the room and then donate them somewhere. She has a lot of toys. She's very, I don't know if I want to say spoiled or blessed. It's probably both. Stella has a lot of stuff. So, you know, it's important for us to go in there periodically and just sort of clean that stuff out because she's a little bit of a hoarder. Washing the stairs, so cleaning the hardwood stairs, which can sometimes be time consuming. Cleaning out and organizing our kitchen cabinets is a big thing, especially like the pantry ones, because things get jumbled in there. I'm honestly not very careful about putting away groceries, and oftentimes like I will just sort of jam things in there. And so once a month I do have to go in and clean that stuff out and just sort of reorganize it. Cleaning the fridge. You know, anything that is like a more time-consuming, intensive project is something that goes on the monthly chore list. And then, you know, I obviously do monthly chores twice a week on Wednesdays and on Saturdays. So those are the days when I will, you know, take on one of those projects there. So things, you know, sort of cycle through. I'm not washing my windows every single week. It probably gets done once every couple months. You know, the thing that I probably do the most frequently is like washing our hardwood stairs, you know, deep cleaning bathrooms, things like that. So anyway, this has worked really well for me. Just writing it down honestly worked really well for me. So I would suggest doing that as well. Let me know if you guys have any questions about this. It's just something that has definitely helped me improve my efficiency a little bit, because before I would just do random stuff and then I'd be like, crap, did I take care of everything I wanted to today? You know, and you just get overwhelmed because there's so much to do every single day. And if you divide it out throughout the entire week, then you know, it gets much easier. Now, this works really well for me because I'm also a work from home, stay at home mom. So if you work outside of the home, you might need to adjust this a little bit and sort of spread things out a little bit more. Because I know it's hard to come from like an office job or some other type of job where you're outside of the home for 8-9 hours a day. And then, you know, you come home, you don't want to get overwhelmed. So just pare it down for yourself maybe a little bit and stretch those chores out over maybe like a couple week time period. Just do what works for you, but find something that works for you and write it down, because I feel like that's really the most helpful tip here, is figuring out everything that needs to be done and assigning like a time slot for it, because that's so important. So anyway, like I said, let me know if you guys have any questions, and I'll be sharing a lot more, you know, clean out organizational type videos from my perspective, like I said, over the next year. And I just can't wait to see where my house is at the end of this year. You know, we've done so much here, and I'm just so happy with how everything's turning out, and I love being able to share that with you guys. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.